Hey everyone, and welcome to another day of Vlogtober. Of course, you guys probably see me in this outfit already, but that's because I'm going ahead and batch recording to share some videos with you all. So for today's video, we're going to do a book talk. So I'm going to call it Book Talk Tuesday. I'm going to share with you guys 6 of the books that I am reading this fall. So I hope that you guys stay tuned, and I will have the link for all of these in my description box down below. So as a teacher, I do love reading. I do love adding books into my collection. Right now, what's in my collection is some of the Roald Dahl books, like Matilda and the BFG. I also have Harry Potter in my collection, 50 Shades of Grey, Freed, and the other one, but of course we won't talk about those. We won't talk about those today. So as a teacher, in my leisure time, I do like to read. I do mostly like to read children's books just because I get the gist of, like, you know, what the books are talking about. And then of course I love coming up with like different activities for these books. All right, so the first book that I wanted to share with you guys today is by Stephen King, and this one is called Holly. It's a novel. This one originally goes for about $18, but if you go to Amazon, it's not 18. You actually can save a couple bucks. There's also a website that I'm going to include in my description box down below. It's called Book Outlet, and that is going to get you guys books at a cheaper price. So Stephen King, Holly. This book is, you know, just like basically about, it says that it marks the triumph return of beloved King character Holly Gibney. So it says when Penny Dahl calls the Finders Keeper detective agency hoping to help locate her missing daughter, Holly is reluctant to accept the missing case. Her partner Pete has COVID. Her mother has just died, and Holly is meant to be on leave. But something in Penny Dahl's desperate voice makes it impossible for Penny to turn her down. So Holly must summon all of her formidable talents to outthink and outmaneuver the shockingly twist professors in this chilling new masterwork from Stephen King. So it's just like, you know, like the way that the book looks, it could be fallish, it could be Halloweenish. I typically put fall and Halloween together just because of the time frame that Halloween is. So like I said, it's a novel. It has really a really good amount of pages, especially like if you're trying to, you know, occupy yourself. And let's just say that this book has about 445 pages. So it definitely will keep you well occupied. The next book that I'm going to share is something that I'm really interested in reading. So it's the Roald Dahl's book of ghost stories, and this one apparently is like the best book in years. But it says, who better to investigate the literary spirit world than the supreme connoisseur of the unexpected, Roald Dahl. Of all the many people permutations of the macabre, Dahl was always fascinated by the classic ghost stories. So this is probably like, you know, just a couple ghost stories that, you know, he has written, obviously. And this one has a good amount of pages as well. It at least has like 215 pages. The front cover looks very spooky, so that's just something that I would definitely put on my reading list if I were you guys, especially with buying books. Books are cheap, and the one thing about books that I've noticed is a lot of people like to set up those little stands, and like you read the book, you go put it out there, someone else will come and get the book, you get another one. Does it always work like that? Probably not, but it's just a really great way to incorporate books. Another book on my reading list, this was the first one that I even purchased. It's called Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie Cicatelli Cook. I'm probably saying it wrong, but still. So this book is really just about, I don't even know. It's a book about how she hates pumpkin spice lattes. Well, I don't know if I could be Lucy Kane because I love pumpkin spice lattes, and I don't know if you guys agree with me, but pumpkin spice lattes are amazing. I wait for that time in fall every single year. So it says, which is a problem because A, Lucy lives in the quaint New England town of Briar Glen, where everyone loves all things autumn, and B, she's a barista at her mom's coffee shop, Cup O' Joe. As the first fall leaves descend upon Briar Glen, Lucy and her mom gear up for the busy season. So this is definitely going to talk about pumpkin spice and everything nice, including the season, her living in the town of Briar Glen in New England, also being a barista at her mom's job, and then, of course, like I said, with fall coming. The next book on my list is What Lies in the Woods. So just the title, let alone, sounded really good for me. So it's by it's by Kate Alice Marshall. It's a novel, so it has a good amount of pages. It has about 320 pages. And this book is about Naomi Shaw, who used to believe in magic. 22 years ago, she and her best friend spent the summer roaming the woods, playing a game that became an obsession and a refuge. That sanctuary was shattered when Naomi was attacked. Miraculously, she survived her stab wounds, and the girls' testimony put away a serial killer. They were heroes, and they were liars. So, very curious to see how this goes. Like I said, the book looks like it could be very good. It just says it evokes the dread and intensity of Gillian's flies, Sharp's object. That's what it says. The next book that I have that I am into reading this fall is Picture Perfect Autumn. So this is a novel as well. It's by Shirley Noble, and it's New York Times bestselling author. So it says There's Something in the Air. This book right here has about 300 and 360 pages. So that's going to be fun. And there's more that you can read by Shirley Noble. There's like a couple of beach ones, Christmas ones, and things like that. So it's about a Manhattan photographer who finds inspiration and new possibilities in a Gothic Rhode Island beach house in this uplifting read from New York Times bestselling author Shelley Noble. So it's about Danny Campbell, who's the latest darling of the Manhattan art scene. And as a self-taught photographer, Danny is loving every minute of her sudden popularity, but she has no idea how she got there. So nor a clue as to how to stay. And then it says it looks like she's doing like a mentorship, but these three embark on a journey of self-discovery and love to find that one missing thing in each of their lives. So definitely going to look forward to that. And then last but not least, the last book that I'm going to be reading this fall is Small Spaces. This is written by Catherine Arden, and it says that the author of Goosebumps gave it terrifying and fun. So it looks like this is a night they will come for the rest of you. It's with this ominous warning that 11-year-old Ollie and her two friends, Coco and Brian, set out on a chilling adventure in the woods with nightfall fast descending and the ever-watchful eyes of scarecrows on their backs. What had begun as an unremarkable school trip to a nearby farm soon becomes a frightful journey into the world behind the mist. So looking forward to reading all of these great books. I definitely have one more to add, and when I do get that one, I'm definitely going to give an update on some more fall books that you all should be reading this fall if you have the time, or even if you do like Kindle, even if you want like a hard copy like I do, which I much rather prefer. Like I said, they're really great books. So I will have all of those linked in my description box down below. Just look down below in the description box and you guys will find it. Catch you guys in the next Vlogtober upload.